This is Paul Newman, and if you are seeing this screen, I am hoping to assure you here that the live stream. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video. Before we start, can I just say thank you very much for supporting the channel. Thank you very much for supporting the videos, as you have been in your usual fashion. It is very much appreciated. Right, this video here is going to take a look at another Australian contender. It's getting quite close now to the start of the Australian three-year-old season. For those that don't know, horses change date of birth on the 1st of August in Australia, as opposed to the UK and Europe, where they start on the 1st of December. 1st of January, sorry. So the Australian three-year-old season is about probably a month or so away. I think there's a race called the Rosebud, which is a listed race. Australian races, though, can be quite tricky regarding the distance. You know, it's probably quite easy to identify a good horse in Australia and it end up being a sprinter easier more than anywhere else in the world. Although this year, with Noble Style and Little Big Bear, that seems to have unfortunately happened a few times in the UK as well. But this horse here, I just couldn't ignore it once I saw it physically with my own eyes when at the beginning of last month of June. And when I looked at the pedigree of it, I thought, yeah, we'll chance this one. It's a Godolphin filly. The filly is called Commemorative, sired by I Am Invincible, which is obviously out of Invincible Spirit. When one of your best sires is out of Invincible Spirit, you're going to be breeding a lot of sprinters, aren't you? By I Am Invincible, out of a dam called Memorial. You'll see there that if we look here, she did win actually on the 7th of June over 5.5 furlongs at Canterbury Park in New South Wales. I think this is the first one we've looked at that hasn't won a pattern race before we've identified it. I think the others that we've looked at in the Australian playlist, which I will put a list up to at the end of this video, I think they've all won pattern races. This one is just a maiden winner, one run and one win. One cautionary note I will say is it is actually related to a horse I used to follow. That was trained by Mark Johnston, a horse called Lion Tower. People see this one is by Exceed and Excel. It actually started with Mark Johnston. I actually followed it, actually identified it after it won on debut, and then it did win again at Southall. You'll see it won 2 of its first 3 starts, but it never made into a pattern class horse. You know, the best Mark Johnston could get it to was that run 85, third time out. It was gelded after that. Grant Chur had it for 3 runs, gelded it, and then it did win. It did go on a little bit of a sequence there of 4 wins in 7 runs, taking it from a mark of 71, to a mark of 86. And it won a £21,000 handicap last year at York. And then it won a £14,000 handicap at Redcar, where it ran to 100. Which the Racing Post is saying that was its best mark. Winner of 8 out of 37 races. But they've never managed to get this horse to pattern level. You know, that's a cautionary tale, really, you have to say. It's from a family 13A, Commemorative. And we're going to take a look at a few dams now. Memorial is the first dam you'll see. She actually won 2 out of 10 starts, but she did manage to accumulate nearly 300,000 Australian dollars. Again, you see, 2 placed efforts in sprint, Group 2 and listed placed. Dam. The second dam was decent. Nemesine, we're going to say that, I think. Winner of 6 of 21 starts and over 1,300,000 US dollars, sired by Encosta de Largo. That was a good horse. You'll see that this one, though, did win the Guineas. It won the 2005 1,000 Guineas. And it also won the Queen of the Turf. There's plenty of wins there for it. Sire's Produce over 7 furlongs, over a mile at 2. On the Riesling as well. It's one of the right trials this has to be a miler. this dam, the second dam, which gives me a bit of hope that they might stretch this one out to a mile. She certainly got the frame for it, I think. She is actually the dam of a stallion already at stud as well, Nemesis. Impending is a Godolphin horse that won 5 out of 18 starts and over 2.4 million US dollars. Winner of the Stradbrook at 3. It won the Kingsford Smith Cup at 4. It's a 2 dual Group 1 winner. 3rd in the Golden Rose. A bit of sprinting as well for this horse. It's stud. Well, I think it's been disappointing. People see that it's had 2 crops now. And although they've been winning, only 1 stakes winner in 2 crops. For Impending. That was in New Zealand. There you go. Yeah, 1 stakes winner in New Zealand. 2 out of 3 in New Zealand and 1 stakes winner. But it's a stallion that is struggling to get to pattern level in Australia at these early stages. Impending. Nemesis is the next dam, is My Juliet. My Juliet's another decent one. Winner of 5 out of 16 starts, but less money now. $125,000. And she was a listed winner. But again, over the minimum trip of 5 furlongs. We'll click on a few of the other dams there. Perfect Draw is the 5th dam. This is an interesting one because it doesn't tell us how many starts it's had. It tells us it's won 4 starts and then tells us it's been 2nd and 3rd in the same race. A race that I know is for 2-year-olds, the Blue Diamond, I think. So I don't see what's happened with that entry there. Proud Draw is another one that's coming up as unraced. Better Draw foaled in 1972. It's another very good horse. Winner of the Group 2 Sandown Guineas and the Carris Diamond in 1975, and also winner of the Norman Robinson Stakes and the Tranquil Star Stakes. Group 3 and Group 2. And then it won the Queen Elizabeth Stakes and the Imperial Stakes of 1977. It says there, Group 1 producer. So I was looking forward to seeing this Group 1 producer. I was given these 4 horses here on this site, top of the draw. They're actually 2nd in a Group 2. It won the 2nd in the Ascot Vale Stakes, Grade 2. So I don't know really what she's seen there. Whoever wrote this entry. Oh, it was that one. Full On Aces. Won the Golden Slipper, the Size Produce twice. Very good. Full On Aces. That was in 1978. So we're getting further back now. 13A, we'll have a look now. I found out roughly where we were. Midwise. You'll see that Midwise is one of the dams that we looked at. Where's Drawn Horse? Midwise in 1945. Then we're on to Long Draw and Penny Draw. There's Long Draw, Penny Draw. And that leads us to this horse, Drawn, from 1982. Again, they don't give us how many races it's won and lost. But again, a Guineas winner. Won the Coalfield Guineas of 1985 and the All Age Stakes of 1985. This is the sort of horse we want for Commemorative. Look, stayed 10 furlongs there. This is the sort of horse we want for this. Definitely. It stayed lovely. If Commemorative gets 10 furlongs, oh, you can see me smiling already. I'm looking forward to just the thought of that. Very interesting horse. Commemorative, I think. So before we wrap the video up, let's just watch the mare win, shall we? And then we'll leave the video there, I think.
He's been very heavily back, Commemorative. A trial was great at Hawkesbury. Into 160 now. Gates are back, they're off. Bounding in the air at the start, Miss Emma's 4 lengths last. Power Ballard jumped fast on the outside of Lizzie's Gem. and Commemorative strides to third on the outside of Weza Feronia, and 3 lengths away to Miss Emma after the tardy start. Power Ballad hasn't crossed to the rails yet. Lizzie's Gems booting through to make Power Ballad work even harder, and Commemorative strides to third on the outside, has a bit of cover at the moment going up the inside now. Commemorative on the back of Power Ballad, a length and a half to Weza, followed by Feronia, and back last of all is Miss Emma. So Power Ballad trying to get a breather coming to the turn from Lizzie's Gem. Commemorative racing a touch keenly, leaders back on the inside of Weza. Then came Feronia and Miss Emma's last of all. Power Ballad spins for home in front, but the big filly Commemorative just pushed Lizzie's Gem out of the way, and Commemorative quickly went past Power Ballad at the 200 metres. Then came Lizzie's Gem and further back to Weza, but Commemorative is going through her gears, and this is a pretty special debut. Look at her go. She's big, she's strong, and she's ripping clear. Commemorative to win by a big space. Weza got up to for second, just in front of Power Ballad, followed in by Lizzie's Gem, a gap back to Miss Emma, and Feronia was last of all.
I mean, truly incredible, the size of this filly. And I'm going to show you all this ending again, just so you can see how big. It's amazing what people miss when they watch horse races. They watch them all go round. This horse is about 3 times the size of the one she passes.
Commemorative just pushed Lizzie's Gem out of the way, and
I mean, this is a massive filly. And she's bigger than every 2-year-old filly in this race.
Commemorative quickly went.
The point I was trying to make there is physically she might have an edge on a few of these. So I'm just hoping that she can get some sort of a trip, a classic trip where they really stretch her out and don't just keep her to these 6 and 7 furlong races that they love in Australia. There's so many of them, and they're all so highly regarded. I identified Giga Kick, and I was looking forward to seeing Giga Kick in the classics, and it ended up winning the Everest. So anything is possible with horses I identify in Australia. I've really identified some superb horses, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how these ones I've got on this channel stack up. First time, I've put a few on websites before in articles. This is the first season of the videos of the Australian horses. Good racing out there. The product is very good. It puts ours to shame the way they cover it. There is some well-bred horses out there. You only have to worry normally once a week. You can forget the rest of the week. They don't really race much during the week. Well, they race, but you can ignore it. Apart from like races at the Melbourne Cup where they have the odd festival where they race on odd days, and then it is possible to get caught out. But like I said, you've got RaceNet, sites like RaceNet, racenet.com.au. I don't mind plugging it. It's a bit like the Aussie Racing Post, so you do have to pay for the odd bits and bobs. But it's easy enough. I don't pay, but it's easy enough to find out when the horses are running. No excuse for not keeping up with Australian racing. But I'm going to leave the video there. There will have been a little steer up there, the Australian playlist, and I'll give those people a chance who have watched this video, haven't subscribed to the channel, to subscribe if they choose to. But for now, thank you very much, everybody. I'm going to leave this video here. Thanks for watching. Have a fantastic day, everybody, and take care.